Hi there, it's Coot here, sending you much love wherever you're watching this video blog right now. In today's short video blog, I'm going to talk a bit about the real secret to all relationships. I'm not just talking about romantic relationship, I'm talking about relationship with your parents. Lord knows that can be challenging. Relationship with friends, with family, with co-workers, even your pet, your children. Relationships across the board. Relationships are something as human beings that we all crave. Yes, it's what we all want. It's what keeps us alive and bubbling. Yet it can also be a source of pain. Why? Well, real freedom in relationship happens and occurs when you realize that you do not, let me repeat, do not have the power to change anyone. You don't have the power to change anyone. And if you look at the amount of time and energy that you spend, that we all spend trying to get someone to be a certain way, trying to get them to be different, trying to change someone, how much time and energy do we spend trying to change people? And is it effective? Does it work? Yet we keep doing it because we often think if they would just change, if they would just be different, if they would just be some other way, then I'm going to be happy. And we often try to get people to change and be different in order so that we don't have to feel a certain way, so that we don't have to feel our own pain, our own hurt, our own jealousy, our own insecurities. Maybe we're not happy with ourselves, so we think if I get them to change, then I can be happy, right? And here's the thing. When someone changes, when someone in your life changes and they become what they think you want them to become, and they're not really being themselves, then even though they're being what you wanted them to be, you don't really have a real relationship with them anyway, and you know it. It's not truly fulfilling because they're being something other than they are. You're not really in relationship with who they really are, and you don't really have that authentic connection. And so I believe real freedom in relationship is when you realize you don't have the power to change anyone. Real freedom in relationship occurs when you stop trying to get someone to be other than they are, when you move into a place of simply accepting those in your life exactly as they are. When you resist, when you change, when you are not in acceptance of who people in your life are, it creates so much suffering, and I believe nothing and no one is worth your happiness. The secret to relationship: accept people in your life exactly as they are. Accept people in your life exactly as they're not. One of the reasons sometimes I see us as human beings as to why we don't accept people as they are is because there's a fear. There's often a fear of, oh my God, if I really accept this person as they are, if I really accept my parent as they are, my father as they are, my wife, my husband, my spouse, if I really accept this person as they are, there's a fear that it won't work. There's a fear that who they are and who I am and who you are isn't compatible. So sometimes our non-acceptance has a positive intention. Your non-acceptance can be a conscious or unconscious way to resist what they are, and in that resistance, a sort of avoidance of the inevitable reality that perhaps the relationship is not going to work. The relationship is not truly aligned. And so the resistance is out of fear. And so when you can accept who they are and who they're not, you are free. When you can accept who you are and who you aren't, you are free. It's the acceptance. When you accept what is and what isn't, it actually frees you up to simply just be love. Just to be loved with that person. We often say, I love you so much, but be different. Trying to get someone to be different, trying to change someone, trying to impose your ideal of who this person should be is not love, it's manipulation, it's control, it's conditional. But when you accept someone as they are, it frees you up to just love them. Yes, you might have to restructure your relationship, you might have to back off a little bit, you may spend a little less time, you might reorganize how you relate to them, but it frees you up to simply love that person, and it also frees you up to accept what they are able to give you. Many times in an effort to get this person to be what we think they should be and have the kind of relationship that we think we should have, we actually miss who they are. And in missing who they are, we're not fully able to receive what they are capable of giving us. We're not fully able to receive the relationship that is present and available in front of us. So in the space of acceptance and loving, it frees you up to receive who they are and what they're able to give you. And you can then have what I call the perfect relationship. It may not be the relationship that you want, but it's the relationship that is, and then there's no suffering, there's no resistance, there's just a perfect relationship. I often say I have the perfect relationship with everyone. There are some people in my life that I choose not to be around. There's some people in my life that I choose to be around, and it's perfect either way. But what's important in all of your relationships, beyond the form and the structure and how you relate, what's important, because all forms change, what's important is the love. The degree to which you are loving. And you don't always have to be best friends with someone. You don't always have to be in a relationship with someone. You don't always have to be in physical contact with that person to truly love them. Sometimes it's easier to love that person while not being married to them. Sometimes it's easier to love that person while being separated or not being in a relationship, but just to love them. What's important is the loving. And so ask yourself, in all your relationships, am I being loving? Am I truly showing up and being the fullness of love? Or am I trying to change them? Am I trying to get them to be different? Love is not control. Love is accepting who they are and honoring who they are. It may not work for you. You may have to make choices, but love is not control. Love gives freedom, and love allows that person to be who they really are. And as they're being who they really are, and you're being who you really are, you can come together and see, does the relationship work? Does the friendship work? And then there's the opportunity for something even more magical to blossom. Perhaps the greatest gift that you can give any person, whether your friend, your family, your children, your spouse, in a relationship, is the gift of being seen. Rather than seeing what you want to see, rather than seeing what you think they should be or even could be, but seeing who they really are. And by really are, I'm not talking about their conditioning. I'm not talking about their limitations. I'm talking about when you look this person that you're in a relationship with, you look beyond their limitations. You look beyond their fears. You look beyond their mind, and you look into their soul, and you see them. To me, to see another person, I think deep down we all long to be truly seen for who we really are, and to see those in your life for who you really are, with the gift of I see you. I see you. I love you. I accept you. You are enough. You don't have to be anything other than you are. It's perhaps the greatest secret and the greatest gift you can give every single person in your life. So as you relate, as you go into your lives, as you meet your friends and family and children, I dare you, I invite you, I challenge you, see who they really are and see what happens. Folks, if you enjoyed this short video, please do share it with your friends and with your family. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, my email list. Connect with me on social media, Instagram and Facebook, Coop Blackson. And until next week, love now.